Welcome back, Sethbling here. A lot of people asked about the counter that I used in my foosball game, and I thought I would do a bit of a tutorial slash info session on it because it's kind of a powerful concept that you can use not only for counters but also for elevators. So I wanted to show how the redstone works, and here we go. What I've got here, this is a monostable circuit. When I press this button, this torch will come on for exactly 1 tick. That's what we see. And that caused the sand stack to actually increase on this side. So what happened here is that when this went on, it caused this piston to extend for a tick. This is just a normal piston. And then 2 ticks later, it caused this piston to extend and retract. And if we look at it again, we can see that this piston pushed up the stack, and before the stack had time to fall, this piston extended, which sort of holds the stack up, and it pulled in a block from this stack. And so I have the same thing set up over here so that we can do the exact same thing, and it'll pull the blocks back and forth, which is this is kind of a cool way to count between 2 different stacks. It's a bit slow, I guess. You need an individual input each time. Once it gets full, it's not a problem as long as you only have 12 sand, and everything's fine. So this is the most basic form of the version of the counter that I used. It had 2 stacks. You can do something a bit more complicated over here. This is very similar. I can push the button over here to pull sand into the right stack from the left stack, but it's also got sort of a reset clock, and that's what's happening over here. That's what all this circuitry is. When I flick this switch on, it's going to start pulling in sand from the right circuit on a clock, and it takes a bit of work to get this to work correctly. If this piston is not going at the right rate, then it'll bob up and down, and the sand will start falling, and it'll start breaking, which is no good. So there's a couple of different components at work here. What's going on here, this is a little clock. This is a toggleable 5/1 clock, which means that the redstone is on for 1 tick and it's off for 5 ticks, and that cycle repeats. So when I turn this clock on, that's what we can see. This redstone right here is on for 1 tick, off for 5. This one's also on for 1 tick and off for 5, but it's sort of offset by 3 tick delay between this one and this one. So that's what this circuitry all here does. And then these repeaters are sort of a pulse extender, which causes the piston down here to stay on for 4 ticks, and that's the amount of timing that you need. And then so there's a 3 tick delay before it gets over here, and then another 3 tick delay. Then there's a single tick for the piston that pushes horizontally. So what we get here is it goes into this pulse extender, and then 6 ticks later it goes into this horizontal piston, and the pulse extender stays on for 4 ticks. And so that's what causes it to get all the right timing in order to be able to pull all the blocks over. And this is pretty good. It'll work. It won't break the stacks. This is very close to what I used in the actual game. The only difference is you have to manually toggle this on and off. So what I did in order to fix that is I added a big pulse extender here. This is a pulse extender that's, to my knowledge, Minecraft Addict invented. It's a very compact way. This one will actually last, I would estimate somewhere like 10 to 15 seconds, which is pretty long for how compact it is and how few repeaters it uses. So if I pull some sand into the right stack here, just for demonstration purposes, we can see the pulse extender, and basically I just replaced the switch here. Over here it's a switch going into this clock, the 5/1 clock. There would be a switch here, but I just replaced that switch with a button connected to this pulse extender that's going to extend the pulse for about 15 seconds. So when I do press this button, immediately this clock will turn on. It'll start pulling over sand, and and this pulse extender will stay on for quite a long time. Yeah, it's probably about 10 seconds, I guess. And it turns off. So this is what I actually used, and when you press the reset button in the foosball game, that's exactly what's going on. It's got this sort of pulse extender, this exact clock, and all of this circuitry to make all the sand go from the right stack to the left stack without breaking any of the sand. And I've linked to the video that explains this pulse extender in the video description so you can check it out. And that's sort of an overview of how it works. If you want to actually check out the specific Redstone layout, obviously that appears in the foosball game. So just download the foosball game, and the Redstone circuitry is all open. If you just go into creative mode and fly around, you can see it. So hope you learned something, and thanks for watching.